I won't preface this with anything. I'll tell it just as it happened. It was fall 2017, and I was both a student in college and working part-time at a Japanese store called Daiso. I was a cashier on closing shift, so I get out of work at 10 p.m. That night, I got home around 10:30 p.m. to see my neighbor and someone I didn't recognize sitting on the stairs that led up to the second level. My neighbor does this very often, so I'm used to it. My unit is the first door at the top of the stairs. I said hello to my neighbor, Huck, and his friend politely, and walked up the stairs and into my house. When I get inside, I don't close the door all the way. I like fresh air and feeling connected to the outside, so I usually leave it half open or all the way. Immediately, I begin to clean up after my cat and straighten up a bit. Also decide it's a great time to take out the trash since I'm dressed and trash day is the next day. So, I lug the huge heavy trash bag out of our trash can and go outside. Huck is gone and his friend is out there, sitting down with the beer in his hand. He sees me with the big bag and offers to help. I tell him it's okay, but he insisted and ends up holding the gate open for me since I'm quick enough to get the bag down most of the way without him. We went out the gate and he held the garbage lid open for me. I tossed the bag in and thanked him. He tells me his name. Let's call him Terry. So Terry asked me if I'll be back out later. Mind you, he looks to be in his 50s, and I was early 20s at the time. I tell him, no, I'm in for the night, but thank you for helping me out. Won't you come hang out? I just want to talk to you. I try to be nice. I smile and say, thank you, but I'm tired. I have school tomorrow. Oh, come on, he says. You're so pretty. This is when I decided to leave. It's late, I was tired, hungry, and not in the mood for whatever he was tripping on. I get inside and close my door for a moment so that I can change. I choose a white t-shirt to go over my underwear, and that's it. I tied up my hair and opened the door again before going to the kitchen to wash dishes and start on dinner. Now, at this point, I was in my own zone. I put YouTube on the TV and was happy to be settling down. Usually my cat likes to stalk me and bump against me for an hour or so. I noticed her absence after a while. I looked up for her and see she's at the door, which is partially open. The lights outside hadn't yet come on, so all I could see was a night sky and dark shapes. I shrug and go back to cooking. A minute passes, and I feel wrong. I get a chill up my spine and turn back to the door, looking out into the darkness, but I couldn't see anything. I assume it's my imagination, but I swear, as I turn back around, I hear a soft, hey. I keep cooking and hear it again, a voice calling me. But once I glance back, it stops, and I see nothing outside. I begin to wonder if it's in my head, but it isn't. As I finished up with my food, I turned one last time and catch something dark and circular move back from the edge of the screen door. I froze and squinted. What the fuck was that? I slowly walked towards the door, trying to see if it was a tree limb or I don't know. I got to the edge of the door and pressed myself up against the wall, then slowly leaned over. And when I did, I nearly screamed because in the darkness, I saw the face of Terry peer out to meet my gaze. He was hiding just beside the door. Hey, I just wanted to come up and ask you how your night is. Was he watching me in my underwear? I felt disgusted. I was well endowed and just wearing some t-shirt that didn't hide the fact. I grabbed a blanket and covered myself, more shocked and horrified than angry. Will you come out and hang with us? He asked. No, please leave. But he just stood there, looking in at me. Where's Huck? He's out here too. Okay, then maybe you should go hang out with him. I closed my door and locked it. The next day, I spoke to my neighbor and told him about his friend. He tells me he saw him at my door and assumed he was talking to me the whole time. I tell him no, I hadn't been talking to Terry, but Terry wanted to talk to me. He made that clear after I caught him watching me from the darkness.